The following morning, Bosket arrived at the factory gate in harassed mood, accompanied by Cookins, who had insisted that they walk to work together. He fidgeted for his stout lanyard and fumbled with the lock. "Here you go, Mr. Bosket. Let me have a go." And like a miracle, Fred's speedy attempt unlocked the gate, as Bosket mumbled an embarrassed thanks. "Don't mention it, Mr. Bosket. After all, what are friends for?" At lunchtime, Bosket shuffled out of the factory on his own, relishing a bit of solitude after a busy, noisy morning, and repairing to a tatty scrap of grass adjacent to the grounds, where he plonked himself on a rock and munched absent-mindedly at his sandwiches. Just as he was starting to relax, he heard the scuffing of familiar steps across the gravel path. "Hey up, Mr. Bosket. Fancy meeting you here." "What? Oh, it's you, is it? I've had my eye on this little patch all morning. I thought to myself, after a tough morning with Broom, that's what I need, a bit of peace and quiet, in a secret little hideaway, all of me own. Only now we're both here, aren't we?" Bosket regarded him sourly. He made it sound as if he had been there first, instead of, "We shall have to think of it as our special place, shan't we, Mr. Bosket?" Bosket fiddled about awkwardly for a few moments, before clamping his lunchbox shut abruptly. "Righto," he announced, rising. "Well, I need to stretch my legs, so I think I'll—" "Bosh, Bosket, sit yourself down. Let's have lunch together. That'd be a nice thing to do, wouldn't it? Two friends together, having a little chat on the lunch break. Hey, what a lovely way to spend an afternoon. Won't you agree? And Bosket plonked himself back down, defeated. "That's better. Now go on, have your lunch. Them sandwiches won't eat themselves, will they? So open up the box, open up the mouth. That's it, Mr. Bosket. Open wide." As Bosket munched disconsolately, his self-invited companion inched closer. "Look, that's a nice bird," he observed, pointing to a nearby tree. "Can you see it, Mr. Bosket? It's a magpie, is that? I used to do a bit of bird watching with me old man. I keep thinking I shall have to take it up again. Hey, here's an idea. Why don't you join me? I could dust down my old binoculars. We could set off one Sunday morning and—" Bosket was staring into space, not listening. He felt himself dozing off, and on struggling awake, heard his neighbour was by now chortling on about something else, like a man without a care. For much of the week, Bosket busied himself with drilling, and of an evening was too tired to join Cookins and his pals down at the inn. Sunday morning was his first lie-in, but the dawn had barely broken before he was awoken by loud knocking on his bedroom door. Who the bloody blazes is this? Morning, Mr. Bosket. Rise and shine." Without waiting, Cookins had opened the door, and now stood above him with a brimming grin. Through bleary eyes, Bosket realised he was holding up a pair of binoculars. I told you. I'm going bird-watching, Bosket, down to Borril Woods. Do you want to come? I'd be chuffed if you could join me. Who knows what we'll see? Jackdaws, jays, finches, tits, maybe even a few pheasants, or heron, bit river. It's a fine day for it, Mr. Bosket." But Bosket had already rolled over, and was apparently out for the count. Cookins hung there for a while, before accepting that the game was up. "Well, that's a shame. But I'll see you when I get back, eh? Let you know about everything I saw." In the evening, Cookins did indeed regale Bosket with descriptions of his day, and lists of all the species seen, in the kitchen, as they each prepared a meagre meal, with Bosket's scant supplies, I say, Mr. Bosket, have you any more marmalade? Only you can't beat a bit of marmalade on toast. That's all there is, shot Bosket, nodding at his own toast, on which the slimmest slither of marmalade had been applied. And I'm afraid we shall have to be cutting back in this house. What do you mean? He followed Bosket into the parlour, where the younger man flopped onto a moth-eaten settee. I mean this, and he whipped a letter from the sideboard, slapping it down. Aye, while you were out staring at our feathered friends, I was digesting this from his lordship about you stopping here. What? He's not throwing me out, is he? I thought he liked me. No, lad, he's perfectly happy for you to stop. Of course he is. The rent goes straight to him. Every penny. He wore a twisted snicker of a smile, and hissed, Aye, I thought at least I'd cop a few bob, with you stopping here, but according to his lordship, every last halfpenny of it belongs to him, and not only that, but he's put my rent up. He reckons, now we've got 2 wages coming in, we can afford to pay more, and as I'm tire earner, it's me what has to stump up. Only I'll not be tire earner now, will I? Not in real terms. Nay, when you take into account the extra cash he's grabbing from me, I'll have less in my pocket than you come to end at month. It's a fine do, this, isn't it? A flaming fine old do. I'm stuffed. I'm ruddy stuffed. Oh, I see. A heaviness hung. Bosket looked glum. Cookins adapted his features accordingly, but after a few moments of solemnity decided to change tack. I say, Mr. Bosket, are you sure you couldn't broker some arrangement with his lordship to the tune of... There's no arrangement, it's his house, but it's your home, he gets the brass. And Bosket banged his cup down on the table. Cookins stood self-consciously with his uneaten meal. Well, he said eventually, I'll eat me tea then, I suppose. Trying a smile amid the thick wall of silence, he murmured, Budge up a bit, would there? But no reply came from the crotchety Bosket, who chomped his toast with a blank expression. So Cookins ate his tea, stood up, and soon repaired to the kitchen, washing his plate, before heading up to bed.